through the regular old Facebook interface. Okay, so here we are, day 5. And first of all, I just want to express a whole lot of gratitude for all of you for showing up every single day. And for those of you who haven't been able to make it live, who've shown up and like watched it at other times and commented, I so appreciate it. I can, I feel how engaged you are, and that's like so important, especially doing this work. You know, I'm giving you tools right now, and obviously it's up to you whether or not you want to use them. But the fact that you are using them and you are doing these exercises, it just means a lot to me. So thank you. And let yeah, OBS is great but tricky. Oh, I will definitely have a chat with you, Cherry, about OBS because I'm still getting used to it, and I would love to. Yeah, okay. So anyway, here we are, day 5. So we've gone over what the music that you have, your artistic superpower on day 2, and so that's the music that makes you shine, and your audience, and so that's the music that aligns with who you are and the music that aligns with who they are. And then yesterday we talked about your goals, so that the stuff that you want to learn. So now you know where you want to go. And the question is, how do you find all of this music? So I finally have, this is what you've been waiting for, all of the resources at my disposal. So I'm going to put a bunch of stuff in the comments. And for those of you who are listening asynchronously on the Facebook, well, if you're registered, you'll get an email that'll have all of these links. And when I upload it to YouTube, I will also put it in the description part of YouTube. Okay, so these are the online. Aw, thanks, Andrea. These are the online resources that I have compiled. Some of them you may have seen. So IMSLP is pretty good. Like it's especially good for older things, things that are in the public domain. CPDL, kind of same thing, although sometimes you will find some newer things. Some composers actually post their music there. The Composer Diversity Database, I want to talk about this for a second. This is a project that has been, I want to say, almost 10 years in the making, by Rob Deemer. And it is it's pretty expansive. And there's all sorts of different, search filters that you can have. It's really great. So I can't recommend that highly enough. Music by Black composers. Now this one is actually relatively new. I just heard about it a couple of weeks ago. So as far as I understand, it's still being updated. There's a lot of stuff that just is not quite. It's not as full. What's the word that I'm looking for? As the Composer Diversity Database. Yes, Cherry. Yes, that's a really good point. I should have put that in there. The Classical Vocal Reprints is a fantastic resource. Afroclassical is exactly what it sounds like. There's also a blog that goes along with it, but it features a lot of Black composers, and it's really great to just kind of like visit and see what's new, especially for those of you who are looking to find out about composers that you've never heard about before, who, from history. And then Thea Dirks has a blog where she writes about female composers, and obviously that's something that's very, very important to me. So, okay, so now here are some, as in addition to the websites, the actual resources like libraries and databases and stuff, I also there's some new music communities that are very useful. So I'm going to put that in the comments as well. I know I said the other day that Twitter was a horrible cesspool. It is. So I'm qualifying it with Twitter is pretty horrible, except for this one little tiny corner of Twitter, New Music Twitter. And they have Muso Chat. I don't know if they do it every week anymore, but they used to have every Sunday night at 10 o'clock Eastern, they would have these chats with it, like somebody would host and they would have these questions, pose these questions to the community, and then the community would write back and would spur a lot of discussion. And honestly, I met a lot of composers that way and formed friendships. And I mean, Russia Korean is actually the best example of this because I have now performed several of their works. I've never met them in person, but I love their music. So, you know, we've also corresponded back and forth online and stuff like that. I feel like I know them, but I've never met them in person. And I met them through Muso Chat. So that's actually a really good resource. New Music Gathering, if you click on that one, they're actually having they do an annual conference. Usually their annual conference is like a week long, but because they made it online, they've basically extended it for the entire month of June. It's free, but you do have to register in order to get those Zoom links. So I would definitely give that a look-see. They are having new music speed dating things during the day, which I haven't participated in yet, but it looks really kind of cool. And there are a lot of the Muso Chat people participate in the New Music Gathering. So if you don't want to get onto Twitter, that's really where you should go. And then New Music USA, which is actually a really larger organization. They give out grants, and they are also holding several different conferences and things like that, where they're creating discussions around new music. They also have a really, really great blog. And oh, wow, this is fantastic. Cherry has the Living Composers Project. That's fantastic. And Michelle. Great. Thank you so much for sharing. I'm gonna copy some of this stuff and add it to the email that goes out later today. So thank you so much for sharing. And hey, Jeremy, awesome. Okay, so that's New Music USA. That's just a larger organization that is a little bit more of an umbrella kind of thing, and it's a grant making organization, so it's a good organization to know. Okay, and here's some books, and some of these books I will be bundling as one of my here we go. Okay, I will be bundling as my prize for the contest. So yeah, I have I found these to be really good, and again, like, just sort of give you a different perspective, and probably are not textbooks that you would have found in music history class. So there you go. And then the last resource that I think maybe people overlook sometimes is just talking to composers. You know, if you want to get into new music, talk to composers. Yes, Ryan made it. Awesome. Just talk to composers, meet them. I mean, use those communities and meet them and find out about their music, find out about their values, and that's really why we had that conversation about our artistic superpowers and everything like that, and making sure that things are aligned. Find out about those composers and why they write the music that they write, and listen to some of their stuff. And I tell you, a lot of composers just really want their music to be performed, and I mean, they will give they love to give you perusal copies. They are very excited to help promote your stuff if you do end up performing their music. So they're an incredible resource. I love composers. So those are the resources. And now that you have those tools, the next step is actually learning the music. And here's where I know a lot of people get stuck. So, there's like, I get this a lot from peers, from friends, people that I work on new music operas, new operas with and stuff like that. It's like you get overwhelmed by the difficulty level, especially if you're not a pianist like me. And it's hard, just looking at it, it's just like, looks like too much to tackle. So obviously there are ways to learn that new music. You can hire a coach and have them teach it to you note by note, right? Or you could figure out a way to learn it yourself. And this is sort of where I want to get into the next thing I want to talk about. When I was in New York, I got this gig to sing Ligeti's Clocks and Clouds, which is a very, very, very difficult piece of music that really it's got a lot of microtonal stuff going on and really, really difficult rhythms. And I can't remember exactly how many parts, but it was a lot of different parts. I think I may have been the only person on my part at one point or another. And I was freaking out because I was broke and I couldn't afford a coach. I couldn't pay somebody to teach this to me. And I really didn't have the piano skills to teach it to myself. So I took a look at my assets, right? I did an asset map and I realized that I have some technological skill and I could actually get the computer to help teach me the music. And after that, I started like really refining this as an actual practice tool and creating more and more practice tools for myself for this kind of stuff. And I realized that it helped me learn music faster and more efficiently than other people. So basically, I want to share these tools with you. I created an 8-week online experience that's really designed to take you from a place of overwhelm to a place of mastery. It's gonna take you from that like, oh my God, there's so much to learn to, oh yeah, that's great, that's exciting. I've got practical tools, I have strategies for implementing those tools for success. And throughout the 8 weeks, we're gonna be covering sight reading, memorization, how to learn atonal music without an accompanist, auditions and outreach, recording, and why it's so important. And there's also a how-to module. I'm actually very excited about that module because since I put together my own album, I have so much that I can share that I've learned, and marketing and self-promotion. So over these 8 weeks, and it's going to start on July 27th, each week is going to have an hour of training, and then sort of dotted between the trainings, there are going to be guest interviews with various different leaders of the new music industry. There are going to be 5 group coaching sessions. They're 90 minutes each. And all of this happens on Zoom, and it's going to be recorded. So you'll essentially have 18 hours, more than 18 hours of video content in a library that you have lifetime access to. I'll also have workbooks and stuff like that, also lifetime access. And the last thing that includes is a Facebook community. So we'll have like a private group of like-minded artists, people who really want to make a difference in the world with their music. So, oh, plus, there's a VIP level as well. So with the VIP level, you get everything that I just talked about, all the trainings, all the interviews, the Facebook group, the library, everything like that, plus 4 90-minute one-on-one sessions with me over the course of 8 weeks. So that would be every other week. There isn't any program out there like this. Really, honestly, there's most college or grad school programs, they're like really focused on opera. Very few of them are focused on new music, and most of the ones that are really focused on instrumentalists. And they also don't really talk about the practical aspects, these techniques that I have been honing. And that's something that I have like 20 years of experience that I want to share with you. And this program combines both these practical tools as well as career strategy. So, you know, that synergy is actually super, super valuable. And I'm really excited to have people who want to use these tools and want to work on their own transformation. So, how much is this? The standard level is $555. That's for the 8-week course. And then the VIP level, which, as I said before, includes those 4 one-on-one 90-minute sessions. It's a tremendous value, is $1,111. We can, in those sessions, we can discuss rep, we can discuss career strategy. Remember, I have over 20 years of experience, and I'm really, really want to share that with you. And if you act now, you will get the following bonuses. You'll get an additional training video. You'll get one 90-minute one-on-one call. So that's whether or not you get the standard or the VIP level. So if you go ahead and enroll between now and July 9th, I will sit down and talk with you about whatever you want to talk about, you know, with new music. And as soon as you join, you will get access to this Facebook group and really start building connections with the community. So this is an investment, but it's an investment in yourself. And the thing is that I want to be able to give you a secret weapon. You know, I want to be able to have you go out into the world with this special array of tools to, you know, really like conquer the world, really, and step into a leadership role. Because I can tell, like, everybody here, they are leaders. You are leaders. And I want to help nurture that in you. So, why now? This is actually like the perfect time. And I've talked about this before. Honestly, this is like, we're all in a holding pattern, right? Now is the time to learn new skills so that when we do open back up, when live performance does start happening again, you can hit the ground running, and you'll have all this, like, this support, these new connections, and this new self-confidence as you move forward. It's just going to add to your success. So I am going to put a link in the comments with the sales page to give you, so you can peruse that at your leisure and take a look and figure out if this is for you. Now, remember the contest the social media contest that I started, it ends at midnight tonight. And make sure that you self-report. There are rules that are in each one of the emails that went out. If you can enter in as many times as you want, basically. I just need to know what you've done for social media. And I know that some of you tagged me. That's part of it. Yes, thank you for tagging me. But so that I can keep track of people, I just need you to self-report. First prize is a full scholarship to this program, to the standard level. And then the second prize is a bundle of these books for your research. So I want to see you guys. I want to see you guys go out there, spread the word, and I really want to have you join me on this amazing experience that we're going to have this summer. So that ends the Revamp Your Repertoire Challenge. I hope that you can think about your takeaways from this week, top takeaway. And you could even post about this, your top takeaway and one concrete action step that you're going to take after this training is over. And if you have any questions about any of this, please feel free to contact me, and we'll set up a time and let's talk. Because I have really, really enjoyed these discussions, these conversations, and this has been such a really wonderful experience for me, and I hope it has been for you. So have a great rest of your day. Take care.